Fast forward, you come over channel use social so I'm say how see age politics avenue. Political stories are trending because make headlines. And the general need to be Akroma or say need me on Braxi must say any can you message with my subscribe to the channel. It's a notification bell, share now for friends or insert into the income. And need me on Braxi you more rank sim. You get them all political highways in the so. I'm not say a year Honorable Felix Kwakye and I'm not say what me and making a whole lot of exposes criminality scandals against NPP and Mayoko when you anya some go to a brow with their big smart performance now a prisoner committee make say a life imprisonment and omoyede echo into we a life opposition NPP and Mayoko no anhwa omo ensori bio na nsema hodo a wakan no onua ehun be hia say move na so ye na ye hwe ne yekọ ene de ba age politics avenue yemo reference for Kwakye aso ye na ye hwe a whole lot of exposes ene abysmal performances itimi ema oman no sign na chi ene NDC America no ba ya omuguso a omohye ne kakra yemo
it's a referendum on the incumbents. The only way the electorate will look at the alternative is when they deem the incumbent not to have performed. Every single change in government that we've had, even if you consider the military adventurers who came in, was premised on economic sentiments. That and that alone.
Right.
It is the poor performance in economic management that highlights all the other issues. So for us, corruption is an important consideration for voters.
Indeed.
But it becomes topical when they see that their living conditions are deteriorating. Then they just oppose it against the living conditions of those who they deem to be responsible for the deterioration in their economic conditions. Sure. So all that Ghanaians will do when they go to the polls is to look at the performance of the government. They will tick the boxes. They have their own checklists. Issues about their welfare, issues about their economic well-being, whether the cost of living is viable now than before, whether there is genuine commitment to improving that welfare, and what investments are being made to enhance that welfare. They will look at this. If it is satisfactory, they won't bother looking at the alternative. It doesn't matter who you put on the ballot. So then they will consider what you've done before. And the NPP, without a shadow of doubt, far and away, has been the worst government we've had in our entire history. What they did between 2017 and 2024 is unprecedented. They were atrocious. They were abysmal, shambolic, horrible. And all the economic indicators show it. Alfred, since you came of age, have you ever heard any Ghanaian government that has declared bankruptcy and said that they are unable to pay the public debt? Any economy that goes to that extent gives you an indication of how poor the government is. We woke up one day and this government told the people of Ghana that we were so broke we could simply not pay our debts. So they implemented a horrific policy called the domestic debt exchange. And that was only a euphemism for haircuts. 1.3 million bondholders were told that they could go hang and that the monies they had lent to government would not be paid. The reason for that is that the little resources that came into the hands of the government were completely misused and abused. They drove us into debt, and the cost of living went up to unprecedented levels. By the end of 2022, we were looking at 54% inflation. And you know what that means? That means
Let's round up on this one.
I'm going to do so. I'm going to do so. That simply meant that if you pick 2022, the same time compared to the previous year, the price of goods and services had gone up by an average of 54%. Never happened in our history. Look at what became of our currency. It became the most useless currency on the face of this earth. Rating agencies said our economy was junk. Bola, Yura. Now, you compare it to what we have now. It's been early days yet. And indeed, next week, Thursday, the finance minister will go to Parliament to present a mid-year review of the budget. And you will see the remarkable turnaround that people, that has happened. The cost of living, even though we are not out of the woods yet, is much better now than it was before. Look at the price of fuel. Even with the increase in ESLA, you see that it is cheaper than it was when the NPP was leaving power. So the electorate considers all of this. So all the internal processes that parties go through, the jostling for the leadership of the parties, constitutional amendments, what have you, are completely irrelevant to the decision making of voters. So it is necessary for parties to consider those matters. You see, what internal voters within a party think is entirely different from what the general population thinks when it comes to elections. When you lose elections, it is natural that you have sympathy within. People will say that, oh, you've spent money, you've gone around, you did your bets, you've lost. So why waste time, especially if you've been marketed a bit?
Right.
Why waste time going for a new candidate when you can just present the old candidate?
Yes.
But ultimately, when you present that candidate, and he has a record, like Bawumia has, shambolic, abysmal mismanagement of the economy, after which he sought to run away. You see, that even angered voters more than the mismanagement itself.
Okay.
Give me 1 minute.
I need to.
Give me one, but you've given your guest 1 minute. 1 minute. I'll land.
They did the minutes as
I'll land. You see, in one breath, they said that Bawumia was responsible for everything the NPP did, 33 policies. Not so. In that breath, they said that he knew nothing about anything happening in government, and anything happening in government knew nothing about him. That angered Ghanaians more than even the mismanagement. So, in a nutshell, I would say that they should go through the processes. But trust me, when they come to the post in 2028, the people will assess them on the basis of their living conditions. Vis-a-vis what they experience under them.
Exactly, and that's really what the point is all about. The state of the economy, the bread and butter issues will never change.
Absolutely.
It will still be the major
It has been at the heart of
for
all electoral defeat for
decisions
incumbents in our
that
history.
elections, that electorates or people will take at the polls. But that's just to give you a sneak preview of our conversation this morning on what the NPP is going to be doing later today at the University of Ghana, seeking to amend their constitution, speed up the process of electing their flag bearer so that they can deal with other matters going into 2028. This week, the Attorney General, and Dr. Zato, because you mentioned the Galamsey, the Attorney General this week issued a notice. In fact, it was a letter to the Economic and Organized Crime Office, YOCO, boss on investigations into some information on persons who are involved in Galamsey, allegedly. Now, this is what the Attorney General put out, and we're going to put portions of it on the screen. The most essential part of that notice read that as your office is aware, and it's where he was referencing the Economic and Organized Crime Office, YOCO, His Excellency the President has consistently reiterated his government's firm commitment to eradicating illegal mining and restoring sanity to the natural resource governance regime in Ghana. He continues that based on this, with the national stance, and this week as well, the President declaring Galamsey a national emergency and ordering the arrest of rogue task forces in pursuant to the mandate under the YOCO Act 2010. He, the Attorney General, is directing YOCO to invite the following persons named in the recent credible reports for interrogation. Yakubu Abanga, who is a third vice chair of the NDC, the third national vice chairman of the NDC, and Joseph Yamin, who is the national organizer of the ruling NDC. The scope of this investigation, according to the Attorney General, should include the matters highlighted in Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng's report on illegal mining. That is the next layer of the conversation in terms of the investigation that the Attorney General wants YOCO to conduct into matters of illegal mining. We'll get into the Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng report, the highlights of it, and some of the persons mentioned in there, and why this is of interest to the Attorney General. And this is why I bring in lawyer Kwame Jantua, because you, together with others who have also been pushing as the coalition in the fight against illegal mining and all the concerns that have come up, and this development from the Attorney General, and these two persons that were named in that statement within the week. How does it strike you?
I think where Galamsey is concerned, anybody who is involved in Galamsey should be taken on and should be prosecuted, irrespective of party colors. One thing that I find difficult is that we've been going through this Galamsey thing for quite some time. It's getting worse, but we haven't been able to arrest any financier of Galamsey. The excavators, that's what they call those machines, keep going to Galamsey sites. How does it get there? How does it get into the country? Who are the ones financing it? The Speaker of the House, did he not say that, told parliamentarians that there are people in here, in this house, who know who are doing Galamsey, and some of them are doing it? Why aren't you exposing those names? And not until we start looking at those who are financing it, it will continuously go on. For me, I feel, and I keep saying it, and I'll continue saying it, we've got to a point where we should take the bull by the horns, and have an order of shoot to kill.
Shoot to kill?
Yes.
But
The Galamseyers, hey, please. Please.
No.
Please.
I want to understand. Why do you think? Why do you, that position has been contested? Yeah.
Today, don't Galamseyers have guns?
They do.
Are they not in combat with security people there? Do they not kill? Do they not have guns that are more powerful than what we have in our armies, in our police? And what are you seeing? You're seeing others who cause mayhem in the sub-region coming down into Ghana to do Galamsey to make money. And we are sitting there saying what? Joking with what? Playing with what? Apart from that, the Galamsey that they are doing, is it not killing us? Our water bodies, where are they today? The fish in our water bodies, when we are able to even fish them, are they not contaminated? Are we not seeing children being born who are malfunctioning? Their body parts are everywhere. So what are we talking about? That we are sitting there doing what? Just because we want to follow the law. Kill a small portion of them, and it will stop. But most importantly, those politicians who are in Galamsey, those other people who finance Galamsey, they should all be brought to book, because up until now, I don't think anybody on this table can tell me that they have arrested the financier. Alfred, can you tell me?
Well, that question should be...
Do you know any financier who has been arrested? It is still going on, and it is getting worse. We need to do something out of the ordinary to be able to stop this thing, because gradually it will destroy our country. Gradually it will destroy. I don't understand how God gives you such resources, and rather the resources are spoiling your country. I don't understand it. And others can come in and do anything they want to do. Those people who give Chinese and other people visas to come in, when they bring the applications in, do they really, our embassies abroad, do they really interrogate what they are coming to do? Because most of them who have the intention of coming to do Galamsey, the moment they hit Ghana airport and are out of the country, they go straight to the Galamsey fields. And they will tell you, some of our people are part and parcel of it. Yes, some of our people are part and parcel of the slave trade, but it doesn't mean it is right. I think what should happen, we should ban all small-scale mining for now.
Ban all forms of small-scale mining
for now.
Legal, both
yes,
legal.
Ban all. And but then, then put it in a much better structure. And for me, people will not stop mining gold. So put it in a form of cooperatives. But it has to be done. We have to be able to clear all the miscreants, because those who have small-scale mining licenses, they do Galamsey, don't they? They do Galamsey.
Well, but
it's not a question. It's not a question of. I'm not saying all of them. A certain percentage would, but a huge percentage do Galamsey.
But what I wanted to draw your attention to is that this proposal you are making is not new. Essentially, we've gone on this path before, the path of banning all forms of small-scale mining for almost 2 years.
Commitment.
What did that change?
Commitment.
Because within that period of the ban, we saw an improvement in our water bodies and so on. We saw that.
Commitment.
What sort of commitment?
Government needs to be committed. The people of Ghana need to be committed that they want this thing stopped. Full stop.
You think there's not much commitment?
Well, isn't it going on? It's going on. President Mahama is trying to put structures in place. But those structures, they are not easy. They are not easy for people who are intended to do it to take hold. And he needs the people of Ghana to follow him. We, the people of Ghana, need to make sure that this thing, if this thing is going to stop, it depends on us. Government can put all the policies they want to put in place. If the people don't want to follow the policies, forget it, it won't stop. So you need to use some force, some little force, to show them that there are laws in this country, and there are certain things you can't do. And if people are doing it, we've got to bring them to book. And for me, that is my, antidote to it. At least, small. Shake on kakra. Let people say that you can shake yourself small. That if you try, you go in for it. Shake yourself small. Because so far, all the things we've done, the shaking isn't shaking.
You mean
it's still going on.
We're not sending fear?
The people don't fear.
As a deterrent to these people?
Look, they go into forest reserves. They do it, we take them out. Next day, they are back in there. Kill a few of them, and you see what will happen. Their grandmother
that's too
and
radical?
Is what?
Too radical?
What's radical? Are they not killing us? Are water bodies not, polluted? And Ghana water, what did they tell us? They need extra money to do what? To distill the waters. To drinking water, which is life. 3 things that are life. Water, air, and energy. These 3 things. We can't do that. And if somebody, because of their own interest, wants to kill all of us, and we are sitting there saying what? Because they are laws. Kill small. And then they will see. When they are going, their mother, and so who says, you could kwabna enra. Kwabna okoye bonitio, pachomunjai. Then gradually, we can bring some sanity. But in bringing some sanity, let's structure small-scale mining properly. We've done it in the agricultural sector, where cooperatives have been brought together and they are trying as much as possible to work. We won't stop mining gold. The entire length and breadth of Ghana is covered in gold. So we won't stop it. But let's structure it properly so that this particular menace stops.
Well, but the cooperatives proposal as well was captured in your manifesto, right? The NDC.
Yeah.
So you say you're going to do the cooperatives that Mr. Jantwa is talking about. I'll find out from you later how the process has been in forming those cooperatives, because we went on the path of a community mining schemes, which many who have done some work in there have shown detail. And I have one of the reports here indicating that the community mining scheme did not really work in terms of the fight against illegal mining. Arocha Ghana and the Society Platform on the Extractives did this particular report indicating that it rather sort of legitimized illegal mining with this community mining scheme that we saw introduced after the period of the ban on any form of small-scale mining. So what should be the path? Lawyer, this is why, Martin Pebu, I saw you shake your head in disagreement when Lawyer Kwame Jantwa was proposing the shoot to kill, which is not new. I've had people make that proposal to send a certain signal of fear and deterrence to these people who are involved in illegal mining. Is that the way to go? And if it is, why should we adopt that? And if it is not the way to go, how then do we fight this existential threat that we're faced with?
Oh, good. Okay, it's not the way to go, because if we were to shoot people to kill, to deter others, we'll be turning the Constitution on its head. Let's go to Article 13 of our Constitution, right at the heart of the fundamental human rights. It says, 13:1, no person shall be deprived of his life intentionally, except in the exercise of the execution of a sentence of a court in respect of a criminal offense under the laws of Ghana, of which he has been convicted. Of which he has been convicted. Okay, right. Yeah, so that is the constitution we have. You know, I understand senior counsel. I know he doesn't mean it literally in a certain sense, but you know, once you've said it, we also have to code the constitution so that for those who take it literally that people should be shot, they will see that no, the constitution doesn't allow it. You see, this guy I'm saying, I think that, look, we have the police force, right? The police service. They are the people to do it, and of course, with the support of citizens. So we have to continue. The fact that we failed in the past doesn't mean we shouldn't continue. In our personal lives, we embark on projects, activities, examinations, schools. Sometimes we fail, but we get up and then continue, right? So that's how when people say, no, bring soldiers, I'm like, no. Article 210 of our constitution says that the soldiers are to protect us against external aggression. Don't keep bringing them into internal affairs, right? Let the police do it. When IGO came,
with the police doing
hasn't he changed? Okay, yeah, go ahead.
With the police doing it, does it measure the results as against when we?
We and some of the team course watching on so. I'm not so yemre or had a sense of body and getting beer dominion. In Saint Shay, not young Fadi Chinsey and Sign and some. AGH Politics Avenue.